Welcome to my channel. Are you learning English every day but still not seeing good improvement? What if I tell you that some small mistakes may be stopping your progress without you even knowing it? Stay with me till the end because today I will show you the most common mistakes English learners make and how to avoid them. Chapter 1: Fearing Mistakes and Waiting for Perfect English. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is being afraid of mistakes. Many beginners want to speak English, but when the time comes to talk, they become silent. Why? Because they think, what if my grammar is wrong? Or, what if people laugh at me? And because of this fear, they stop themselves from improving. Let me tell you something very important. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. Every person who speaks confidently today made mistakes in the beginning. Mistakes are not a sign of failure. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. But many learners think they must speak perfect English before they start speaking. This is a big mistake. If you wait for perfect English, you may wait forever. Imagine a child learning to walk. The child falls many times, but the child does not stop trying. Slowly, step by step, walking becomes natural. English works the same way. You improve by trying, by speaking, and yes, by making mistakes. Here is something powerful. The more mistakes you make while practicing, the faster you learn. Why? Because every mistake teaches you something new. Every mistake helps your brain grow. Another problem is that many learners compare themselves to fluent speakers. They listen to advanced English and feel weak or embarrassed. But you should never compare your beginning to someone else's success. Your journey is different. Start simple. Use small sentences. Speak slowly. Even broken English is okay. Communication is more important than perfection. And remember this: confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes because of speaking. So don't be afraid of mistakes. Use them as a tool to improve. But here is another common mistake learners make. Many people study grammar for hours, but they still cannot speak English confidently. So now the question is, why does this happen? That is exactly what we will talk about in the next chapter. Chapter 2: Studying too much grammar but not practicing. Now let's talk about another very common mistake. Many learners study grammar all the time, but they never practice English in real life. They read grammar books, memorize rules, and learn many formulas. But when someone speaks English to them, they become nervous and silent. Why does this happen? Because learning English is not only about knowing rules, English is a skill, and every skill improves with practice. Let me explain this in a simple way. Imagine someone reads many books about swimming but never enters the water. Will that person become a good swimmer? Of course not. The same thing happens with English. You cannot improve speaking only by reading grammar rules. Now, don't misunderstand me. Grammar is important. Yes, grammar helps you make better sentences, but grammar alone is not enough. If you only study grammar and never speak it, your English will stay trapped inside your mind. Many learners know a lot of grammar, but they still cannot say simple sentences confidently. Why? Because they never train themselves to use English naturally. Here is something very important. Even broken English spoken daily is better than perfect grammar never used. If you practice speaking every day, your grammar will slowly improve by itself. Your brain will start noticing patterns naturally. So, what should you do? Listen to English daily. Speak small sentences every day. Read simple stories. Repeat sentences from videos. Use English in your daily life, even if it feels difficult at first. Don't wait until your grammar becomes perfect. Start now. Practice first, perfection later. And remember, communication is the real goal. People want to understand your message, not check every grammar rule. Another big mistake learners make is trying to learn too much too fast. They want fast results difficult vocabulary, and advanced English immediately. And because of that, they become stressed and confused. So now the question is, why is learning too fast dangerous for beginners? That is exactly what we will talk about in the next chapter. Chapter 3, Trying to Learn Everything Too Fast. Now let's talk about another big mistake English learners make: trying to learn everything too fast. Many beginners start learning English with a lot of excitement. They try to memorize hundreds of words in one day. They watch difficult movies. They study advanced grammar. They practice for many hours without rest. And at first, they feel motivated. But after some time, something happens. They become tired, confused, and stressed. Slowly, they lose confidence and stop learning. Why does this happen? Because the brain learns better step by step, not all at once. Let me tell you something very important. You do not need difficult English to improve. You need understandable English. If the content is too hard, your brain cannot follow it, and learning becomes frustrating. Many learners think, if I study harder and faster, I will become fluent quickly. But this is not true. Fast learning without understanding creates pressure, not progress. Here is a powerful truth. Slow progress with consistency is much stronger than fast progress that stops after a few days. So, what should beginners do? Focus on simple English. Learn a few useful words every day. Practice small sentences. Listen to easy English content. Read short stories. Repeat again and again. And here is something very powerful. Repetition is the secret of learning. Learning 5 words deeply is better than memorizing 50 words and forgetting them tomorrow. Another mistake learners make is comparing themselves with others. They see someone speaking fluent English and feel weak. But remember, every learner has a different journey. Some people learn fast, some learn slowly. That is completely normal. Your goal is not to become perfect in one week. Your goal is to improve a little every day. And now comes the biggest mistake of all. Many learners start learning English, but they stop too early because they don't see quick results. So now the question is, how can you stay consistent and avoid giving up? That is exactly what we will talk about in the next chapter. Chapter 4, Lack of Consistency and Giving Up Too Early. Now comes the biggest mistake English learners make: a lack of consistency. Many people start learning English with strong motivation. They watch videos, learn new words, and practice speaking for a few days. But then slowly, they stop. One day becomes 2 days, 2 days become 1 week, and finally, they quit. Why does this happen? Because they expect very fast results. They think, I studied for 1 week, so why am I not fluent yet? And when they don't see quick improvement, they become disappointed. But listen carefully. English is a skill, and every skill takes time. You cannot become fluent in a few days. Real improvement happens slowly, step by step. Imagine planting a tree. You water it every day, but you do not see big growth immediately. Still, inside the soil, the roots are becoming stronger. English works the same way. Even when you feel slow, your brain is learning. Here is something very important. Small daily practice is more powerful than long study once in a while. Even 10 to 15 minutes every day can change your English over time. So, what should you do? Create a simple routine. Listen to English daily. Speak a few sentences. Read something simple. Learn a few words. Keep your practice easy and regular. And don't be afraid of slow progress. Slow progress is still progress. Another powerful thing is patience. Many learners quit just before improvement starts. But if they continued a little longer, they would see results. And one day, something amazing will happen. You will understand an English sentence naturally. You will speak without fear. And suddenly, you will realize that the English you once feared is becoming part of your life. That moment will give you confidence like never before. So don't stop, don't rush, just stay consistent and trust the process. Remember, success in English does not come from being perfect. It comes from daily effort, patience, and confidence. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Tell me which mistake you make the most while learning English. I read every comment and I will help you. Keep learning, keep growing, and I will see you in the next video.